Fine students, now let's move on to the next one. So problem number 1 and problem 3 are based on composition of function, even the next one also. So problem number 4 is given as f of x equal to 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4. So what we need to show that f of x equal to x, and at the end of it they mentioned what is the inverse of f. Let's see the inverse later on. First let us think about showing this part, f of x equal to x. So let us consider f of x. Let's rewrite it. Substitute for f of x. What is f of x is given as 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4. So give a name for this. Let me name it as t. So the problem will become f of t. F of x is there means these are the terms in terms of x, right? So what does f of t means? F of t will be 4t plus 3 by 6t minus 4. Now what we need to do, I need to replace the value of t, simplify, and still I get the value of x, keep going, right? So this will become 4, open the bracket. What is the value of t? 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4 plus 3, 4t plus 3, denominator 6 multiplied by the value of t, 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4 minus 4. So we will take LCM for numerator and denominator. The LCM is 6x minus 4. So this will be 6x minus 4. So what is the numerator will become? So if 6x minus 4 is the LCM, the numerator will be 16x plus 12. I'm going to multiply directly, right? Plus 3 multiplied by 6x minus 4. So it's going to be 18x minus 24. Numerator we have taken LCM. Similarly, take the LCM for the denominator. So in the denominator, the LCM is once again 6x minus 4. The numerator 24x plus 18. 6 is multiplied for these two. Minus 4 should be multiplied for these two. So minus 24x. So minus into minus will be plus 16. 6x minus 4 will be cancelled. And here, no, I just made a mistake again. So just a second, students. So the numerator value, somewhere we have made a mistake, I guess. So just a second. So 3 is multiplied. So this is going to be 12. Sorry. Okay. And now let me just add up 16 plus 18. 16 plus 18 is how much? So it's going to be 34x plus 12 minus 12 will be cancelled. And here minus 24x plus 24x will be cancelled. 18 plus 16 is going to be 34. That's it. 34 will be cancelled. What's the remaining? X. So it is just a composition of function, a bit higher version in the composition of function, right? So we wanted this, we got it, right? Remember what I started today. In case g of f equal to x, f of g equal to y, then g will be called as inverse of f. But here, what is it we are getting? If I am able to get, for a given function, if I am able to get f of x equal to x, then this says inverse of f will be itself. So remember students, you will do a composition of the function with the same function, and if you are getting x, then you have to conclude that inverse of f is going to be f. Right. Now fifth one, I said you can do it. Okay, it's not at all difficult. So you just check one to do it. Now let me go and find sixth one. I will solve sixth one out of it. What been given as f of x equal to x by x plus 2, show that this is 1, 1, right? And then they said find the inverse of f and then find f inverse. Okay, so show that it is 1, 1 and afterwards you find out f inverse. Clear? Now let me go for it. So to check for 1, 1, let's consider f of x1 equal to f of x2. F of x1 is x1 by x1 plus 2 is equal to x2 by x2 plus 2. Cross multiply, simplify. Remember, it's show that already. So x1 should be equal to x2. So let us cross multiply these two. x1, x2 plus 2x1. If I cross multiply here, x1, x2 plus 2x2. Eliminate x1, x2. The remaining is 2x1 equal to 2x2. Eliminate 2 also. So x1 equal to x2. Got it? So we have done with the 1-1 condition. Now the thing is to find out F inverse. So I will still suggest you to go with the composition what I started today. So to find, actually we have to we can show onto and we can conclude it also. Okay, that is one method. I will explain that. Okay, I will check for onto. The other method, let me explain this also. Okay, now to check for onto, what we will do, f of x equal to y, right? What is f of x? X by x plus 2 equal to y. Cross multiply, x equal to xy plus 2y. Shift this to the left side, x minus xy is equal to 2y. Then what will happen? If I take x common, 1 minus y is equal to 2y, or x equal to 2y by 1 minus y. Excuse me. Now I have expressed x in terms of y. Remember, this is what I started today. First step of each problem of the standard 5 problems. Correct? Okay. Now x is being expressed in terms of y. So what we will say is clearly for all y belongs to the codomain. In this column, the domain and codomain are mentioned here. For all y belongs to codomain, there exists x belongs to the domain. Domain here is mentioned as minus 1 comma 1, right? So therefore f is onto. Therefore f is onto. If it is 1 1 already we have done. If it is onto, right? If it's 1 1 and onto, therefore f inverse exists. And f inverse equal to, here you have written something now, that is nothing but f inverse. So it's quite simple, you just need to replace y by x, that's all. F inverse equal to 2x by 1 minus x. This is one method of doing the problem. Clear? So start with 1 1, finish it, check with onto. Since it's already 1 1 and onto, f inverse exists, and f inverse equal to g, whatever you got it here. This is one method. So I would like to just do the other method also. The other method is to find what? To find the composition. Okay, so let me explain that method. So I will explain the other method, which is by using composition. My first method, first step, let f of x equal to y, x by x plus 2 equal to y. Clear? Right. Then let us simplify. X equal to xy plus 2y, x into 1 minus y equal to 2y, or x equal to 2y by 1 minus y. So the second function g of y equal to 2y by 1 minus y. First step. Then the second step is to find out f of g of y. Now g of y is 2y by 1 minus y. So let's name it as t. F of x is this much, right? What is f of t will be t by t plus 2. Replace t value. 2y by 1 minus y divided by 2y by 1 minus y plus 2. Keep simplifying till I get y from this. So what will happen if I simplify further? 2y by 1 minus y, take LCM, 2y plus 2 minus 2y by 1 minus y. First this will get eliminated, then 1 minus y, the remaining is what? 2y, and in the denominator 2, eliminate this also, it's y. Clear? Now this is f of g. The next one is g of f. So g of f of x is x by x plus 2. So this can be written as g of z 2z by 1 minus z. Correct, right? Then let us simplify it further by substituting z value. What is z value? Z value was x by x plus 2, and in the denominator 1 minus x by x plus 2. So in the denominator take LCM. So on taking LCM, 2x by x plus 2 by, here if I take LCM, x plus 2 minus x by x plus 2, x plus 2 will be cancelled, plus x minus x will be cancelled, the remaining will be 2x by 2, eliminate this also, right? So g of f will be equal to x. Conclusion, since f of g equal to y, g of f equal to x, therefore f inverse exists and f inverse will be equal to g. You can do this also. Okay, so practice this method, which is quite easy, because the first method what I explained occasionally will be used. There are less problems of such kind, but this method is quite useful and there are many problems of such kind. So please practice this. So we have done with the sixth one. Remember students, we have already done with 7, 8, 9 is already over. Right. Now the next is problem number 10, 11 and 12. Okay. Now in the 10th one, we have to show that if f from x to y is invertible, show that f as unique inverse. F as unique inverse. Okay. So what is said is f from x to y is invertible. What do you mean by f? It is invertible. That means f is bijective. If f is bijective means what? Therefore f is 1, 1 and on 2. Correct. Now they said that finally show that f has unique inverse. Show that f has unique inverse. Meaning for f only one inverse exists. Only one inverse. Okay. A function cannot have more than one inverse. That is what the meaning of the statement. Now to show it is 1, 1, I will actually assume there exists two inverse. Okay. So let me name these two inverse as G1 and G2. Clear? Right. Okay students. Now they said f is already inverse, f is 1, 1. Correct, right? So since f is 1, 1, so if I have f of g of g1 of y, right, can be written as f of g2 of y. Why I am writing this? Because f is already invertible. Okay, so if f is already invertible, I will use the composition condition, right? F of g, this is what? This is the condition I am using. Okay, so if f is 1, 1, okay, then what happens to this step now? So if f is 1, 1, then g1 of y will be equal to g2 of y, or this will just suggest me g1 should be equal to g2. I will explain once again. F is bijective, it is already invertible, therefore it is bijective. If it is bijective, 1, 1 and on 2. To show that there exists only one inverse for f, you assume there exists two inverse, g1 and g2. But finally we have to prove only one inverse. No, assume there exists two, but finally show these two are equal. To do that, since f is already invertible, I will take this composition condition f of g. So what I will take here is, I should have started with this actually. So I think now you people can understand better. Right, it's already invertible, right? So f of g1 of y should be equal to f of g2 of y. Clear, right? Because I assume two inverse, correct now? So if I assume g1 as one inverse, what is it I am going to get? F of g1 of y will be equal to y, correct? If I assume this also has one more inverse, f of g2 of y will be equal to y. But both are inverse only, right? So let me take these two are equal, right? By taking this, I got the next step. I am rewriting this correct now. How I got this? This I got it because f is 1, 1. If it is 1, 1 means what? This is something like f of x1. This is something like f of x2. If f of x1 equal to f of x2, then x1 should be equal to x2. So finally I got g1 equal to g2. I assume there exists two different inverse and landing up at both are equal. This is what we needed. So far never asked in any of the examination. This we need to study for the sake of MCQs. So don't give much importance to this. Still practice, learn it. You need it later on. Clear? Right. Now let's look into the next problem number 11 and 12. Okay, problem number 11. Problem number 11 says if f from 1, 2, 3 to a, b, c is defined as f of 1 is equal to a, f of 2 equal to b, and there is one more, and f of 3 equal to c. So what we need to show in this problem is find f inverse and show that f inverse the whole inverse equal to f. Clear? Okay. I will take the help of the arrow diagram, which is most easiest for me to explain and for you to understand. This is a, this is b, f is a function. So 1, 2, 3, a, b, c. F of 1 is a, so 1 is related to a, 2 is related to b, 3 is related to c. Clearly, f is 1, 1 and on 2. You can check here, different elements, different images. First thing, f is 1, 1, on 2. Every element of codomain has a pre-image, on 2. F is 1, 1, f is on 2. Therefore, f is bijective and f inverse exists. If f inverse exists, how do you find f inverse? See, f what they have mentioned here, no? This f can be written as 1, a, 2, b and 3, c. Clear? Now, f inverse. I got to know. First check whether f inverse exists. I got to know f inverse exists. Then reverse these elements. So, a, 1, b, 2 and c, 3. These will be the elements for f inverse. Clear? So, I got my first part. Find f inverse. It's over. Look at the second part. They said something. This is f inverse. For this, you find out inverse once again. And that should be equal to f. Clear? Right. Now, what I will do now, I know f is 1, a, 2, b and 3, c. So, f inverse equal to a, 1, b, 2 and c, 3. Right. For this also, I will put the Venn diagram. This is a and this is b. A is c. This will be the set A now. Okay, so A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. A, 1, B, 2 and C, 3. Once again, students. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now, what is actually from here to here? This is the function for me now. First, I'm going to check whether this is 1, 1 and on 2. Clearly, it is 1, 1 and on 2. Clearly, I have to mention the same statement. Clearly, f inverse is 1, 1 and on 2. If it is 1, 1 and on 2, f inverse is bijective. If f inverse is bijective, inverse of this will exist. F inverse, the inverse of that is this. F inverse, the whole inverse exists. And how to find f inverse? Whatever I have written here. Okay, whatever the elements of f inverse are there now. For this, I want to find inverse. Just reverse these three elements. So the first one, 1, a, next one, 2, b, the next one, 3, c. Close it. And now notice here, this is nothing but f. So that's a conclusion needed. F inverse, the whole inverse should be equal to f. Just take the help of Venn diagram. Sorry, not the Venn, arrow diagram. It's quite easy to understand. Clear, students? Now, this is a standard statement actually. F inverse, the whole inverse is equal to f, which they asked in the 12th example. Let f from x to y is an invertible function. Then show that inverse of f inverse, the whole inverse equal to f. The same thing what I explained here, the same thing. Okay, that is a statement, and we have proved the same statement already here. So don't work out that last 12th one once again. So you have to just go through arrow diagram twice to understand this problem. I hope it's clear, students. I know 1 or 2 problems are left, so please do not worry. They are not at all important for us for the board sake of examination. The others I have done. Okay, and there are few problems from worked examples. So let me explain that. So one of the problem is 8th one. I didn't do 8th ones today because we stopped at 7th yesterday. Eighth one is, they have mentioned something f from 1, 2, 3 to a, b, c. This is defined as f of 1 equal to a, f of 2 equal to b, and f of 3 equal to c. These are worked examples actually, remember. Okay, because I thought beginning it will be easy for you to go through the new concept of 5 problems. So I will explain. So let me go through the remaining problems now. Now here, there is one more function g from a, b, c to 1, 2, 3. It is defined as g of 1. We need to find this, show that there exists a function. That means I need to show this function exists. Fine. Such that g of f is equal to ix, f of g is equal to iy. X they have mentioned already. X is 1, 2, 3 and y is ab. So this is given to us already. Not at all difficult. Okay. What is that I need to find? I need to find the composition g of f, right, and then the composition f of g. When I find the composition g of f, I have to show g of f is equal to 1, 2, 3 and f of g is equal to abc. This is what I should find. Fine. First thing, let me find out the g of f. G of f, in f the first element is 1, so g of f of 1. Now let's rewrite it. G of f of 1. What is f of 1 is defined as a. G of a. Correct, right? Have they given g here? Right. Fine. Now if I just go like this, will take a lot of time. It's better if I explain the same problem with arrow diagram. G of f is actually easy for me by using the arrow diagram concept. Okay. So g of f, this will be a and this will be b. So this is the function f. Fine. So now take this is 1, 2, 3 and this is a, b, c. So 1 is related to a, 2 is related to b, 3 is related to c. Right. So we have to find out g of f, which will be equal to ix, and f of g will be equal to iy. But what they said is the given function is 1, 1 and onto already. The given function, what is f? They said is f is 1, 1 and onto. Fine. So if f is 1, 1 and onto, it can see even by the diagram also. So let's find out g of f. G of f of 1, g of f of 1, and now f of 1 will be equal to a. So what is g of a will be equal to? Okay, now g of a will be certainly equal to 1. Okay, and g of, see, this f is from a to b means what? G is from b to a. Correct now? So that means g is inverse of f. So if g is inverse of f, how to write? Don't get confused. I will just explain. I think I made a mistake by explaining too many things. So I'll just give it very clearly. Here f of 1 equal to a, g of 2 equal to b, sorry, f of 2 equal to b, and g of 3 equal to c. Sorry, f of 3 equal to c. So f is defined as 1 comma a, 2 comma b, and 3 comma c. What they did is, if f is defined from where to where? 1, 2, 3 to a, b, c. And remember, g is a function defined from a, b, c to 1, 2, 3. So what I did, I just checked it clearly. G is going to be inverse of f. Correct now? So g is inverse of f, right? So therefore, g will be equal to whatever I have written here. I should just reverse this. So this should be a comma 1, b comma 2, and c comma 3. It's simple. Fine. So if you want to still write it, g of a equal to 1, g of b equal to 2, and g of c equal to 3. So therefore, g of f, they have mentioned already. Therefore, g of f should be equal to ix. Ix will be 1, 2, 3, which I already got here. Okay. Hope it's clear, students. Hope this problem is clear, students. So f is given to you. There is one more function g is also been mentioned. But if you notice clearly, first of all, they said f is 1, 1 and onto. Its inverse exists. and surely this is the inverse of f because these two sets are being interchanged here. So if this is the inverse of f and you know what is that you have to do, okay, whatever the elements of f is written, those ordered pairs will be reversed here. So write down g of a, g of b and g of c, will get 1, 2, 3. That is nothing but the set Ix. Okay. Now the last few problems what I am doing, not so important from the examination point of view, from the board examination point of view. Practice, if you learn it's good. I will never say don't learn anything or don't practice anything. You practice everything, you learn everything. But once it comes to examination, once we start preparing for examination, I will ask you to quit many things. I will ask you to leave many things in the chapter and study. Okay? But before that we should be ready in everything now. Then later on it's a matter of deleting the things which is unwanted. Right? Let's move on. Now the next. 9 is done, 10 is over and 11 is also over, and now the next one is problem number 12. Problem number 12, what is given to us? They have given as f of x equal to 2x, g of y equal to 3y plus 4, and one more, h of z is equal to sin z. Then they said something, you have to find out h of g of f is equal to h of g of f. So far we learned composition of two functions, right? Now composition of three functions. Quite simple, nothing to worry. Right? Okay. Now, if you are finding it difficult, this is the first one, I am going to find out LHS. This is the first one I need to find. If you are finding it difficult, let me find out g of f separately first. Clear? Right. So g of f of x, g of, so what is f of x value? F of x value is given as, f of x is given as 2x, right? So let me take it as g of t. This is 3t plus 4, and this will be 3 into 2x plus 4, which is nothing but 6x plus 4. This is g of f. Let me substitute here. So h of g of f will be equal to h of g of f. What is g of f? You got it. You got g of x as 6x plus 4. G of z is sin z. G of this should be sin of 6x plus 4. This is LHS. Now the RHS. The RHS was h of g of f. First find out h of g. H of g will be equal to what? H of g of y. Okay, fine. Whatever I am going to get from here, that will be composed with f. Clear? Right. Now h and g of y. What is g of y? We got it. G of y is 3y plus 4. So h of 3y plus 4. Therefore, sin of 3y plus 4. That is h of, right? Now what I got here, I have to find something called as h of g composed with f. So let me take h of g, whatever I got it here, right? So sin of 3y plus 4, right? This should be composed with 2x. Correct? That's how it will be written. Now if you are getting confused how to write it, actually h of g of f of x. Correct? Right. So h of g, what is f of x? F of x is 2x. Now h of g is sin of 3y plus 4. H of this much should be sin of 2 into 3y plus 4, and that is nothing but 3x sin of 6x plus 3x plus 2 we have, right? Yeah, fine. So sin of 6x plus 4 if you multiply. Okay. So take care students, only one problem of such kind. We have to show that h of g of f should be equal to h of g of f. Okay. So compose it in different forms. There are 3 and we can get this answer. Fine. So only one problem of such kind. Just give it a try. Clear? Fine students. Now there is problem number 13. Don't give much importance for the last few problems what I am trying to get. Okay. Now in this last one I need to find g of f the whole inverse equal to f inverse of g inverse. I'll explain everything with the help of the arrow diagram. It's quite easy. What is g of f? Okay, this is set A, set B, set C. Set A is 1, 2, 3. Set B is A, B, C. And this is apple, ball, and this is given as cat. So f is defined and g is defined. G of f is a function from A to C. First find out g of f. Got it? So g of f is going to be what? So before that, 1 is related to, so in f, 1 is related to A, 2 is related to B, 3 is related to C. Correct? And the next one. So A is related to apple, B is related to ball, and C is related to cat. So g of f is a function from here to here. So 1 comma apple, 2 comma ball, and the next one 3 comma cat. If I want to check this g of f the whole inverse, first check whether g of f is bijective. Of course bijective. Different element, different images, bijective. Every element from here having 3 images onto, therefore g of f is bijective. How to write the inverse of this? G of f the whole inverse. What to do? Change this. Apple comma 1, ball comma 2, cat comma 3. Clear? Right. Now this is the left hand side. It's over. What is that I need to find? First thing, I need to find f inverse. Then I need to find g inverse. Then I need to compose these two. Clear, students? Okay. To take the help of the Venn diagram, this is f actually. F is 1, 1 and 1, 2. So f inverse exists. F inverse equal to a comma 1, b comma 2, and c comma 3. Right. Then g, if you remember, g is a function from b to c, and this is a, b, c, and this is apple, ball, and cat. So this is once again g inverse exists because it is 1, 1 and onto. So since it's 1, 1 and onto, so what is g inverse will be equal to? G inverse will be equal to, see, g inverse means you have to take it from here to here, right? So apple comma a, next ball comma b, and cat comma c. Okay, we got f inverse and g inverse. We have to compose these two now. Okay. See, g of f inverse is this. Remember, this I will need it later. So when I want to find f inverse of g inverse, f inverse of g inverse, in g inverse the first element is apple. So let me consider. So apple is related to what? Apple is related to a. Fine. So g inverse of apple will be replaced by a. Come to a now. In f inverse, what is a is related to? A is related to 1. So f inverse of a will be equal to 1. So that means first element is apple I took. So apple comma 1. First element of the right hand side. Similarly, I am going to find 2 more. The other 2 more will be f inverse of g inverse of apple is over. Now what is left? Cat. Sorry, it's going to be ball. So this should be f inverse of g inverse of ball. So f inverse of, here ball is related to b, and in f inverse b is related to 2. Similarly, you find one more, the last one, f inverse of g inverse of cat. This surely will give me 3. So finally, what is that I am going to write? Finally, I am going to write f inverse of g inverse will be equal to, what is the first element? Apple comma 1. Apple comma 1, ball comma 2, and cat comma 3. This is same as g of f the whole inverse. This is how it should be done. So students, we have come to the conclusion of the topic called as functions. Here the topic of function, and which is more important actually from the point of examination. So please don't take chance of leaving anything in this topic. So please study and learn the topic of functions. If you want the revision of the last few problems what I did, surely you can call me back, or surely you can ask me. Definitely I will repeat those problems once again. If it's a direct class, the things would have been better. I would have asked, okay, who's able to understand, who's not able to understand. It's an online class, so I suggest you please go through, understand. If not, please ask me. Now definitely if I get more number of queries regarding the last few, definitely I will repeat the video for the last few classes, for the last few problems. Is that clear, students? Okay. Now with the, let's end the session here. The next class I'm going to start with a new topic. So it's called as binary operations, an important one, and that is the last topic in this chapter. Clear? So please go through, try to understand, write the classwork day to day, and try to write the home exercise also on the same day. I know most of you started learning and started practicing home exercise problems. It's a good thing. Please keep going. With that, I will end the session. Thank you.